as promised, we are back with another banger. Today, we're going to move some fish around down here in the fish room. We're going to move these guys out of this tank here, the Rarus and the Severums. I got a bunch of other fish I'm going to move around, so make sure you guys stick around. All right, everybody. So as promised, we are back again. Today we're gonna move some fish around. We got the Rarus and the Severums in here. We probably got about, I don't know, I'm gonna just guesstimate and say it's about 70 of those guys in there, maybe a little bit more. But those guys we're gonna move over here to the 75 down here. We're going to move those guys down here where the Oscars are because these guys are putting on some good size. So we're going to get them out of here and move these guys over to the 125 down there where the Rarus and the Severums are. Over here, we got our Bishers in this tank, and we're going to move the Bishers in with the Oscars because I need this tank for a shipment. So we're going to go ahead and clear this tank out because there's only like, I don't even know how many, maybe it's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 Bishers in there, but they're big enough to go with the Oscars and everybody should get along pretty well. So you guys see that big boy swimming up to the top, getting them a little fresh air. But we're going to move these guys over to the 125 with the Oscars. And then in this tank here, turn the light on, we are going to move these rainbow fish out of here. I'm going to move these guys over to this side of the fish room in this tank here, which we got our red terrors in here. Some of these guys are putting on some good size, but I'm going to move these guys to a bigger tank. I'm going to put the bigger guy here with the Oscars and probably this big one here with the Oscars. And these littler guys, I'm going to have to put those with the Rarus and the Severums just for the simple fact the Bishers will eat those guys if they get the opportunity. So I'm going to be moving those guys too. Let me give you guys a look at the Planet Aquarium after a fresh water change. You guys see that. They looking good. I also put some new lids on there. You guys can see that. Some polycarbonate lids. I put those on there just so I can get some more light on there just to make it brighter. And I need to buy a different light for that tank because one of the LED strips on that shop light went out. So I just hit Walmart. Cost $20, no big deal. Down here, they got a fresh water change. These guys, I just put these lids on there also. You guys can see those. So I put those lids on there, and now that tank is looking a lot brighter. It's looking real good. So over here, guys, in this 10-gallon here with our polar parrots, if you guys look real close back here in the back, these guys have spawned. They have laid some eggs. There goes baby mama and big daddy up here in the front on guard as always. Then I stripped a bunch of African cichlid females last night. I had to write some things on the glass there, but and here we got a bunch of sulfur heads, and then there's a second net back there, which you guys probably can't see. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can show you guys that. There's a bunch of course, the light is glaring, so, but there's a bunch of fryer eyes in that little basket right there. And then over here, In this tank, we already had some sulfur heads in there, but last night I stripped like 4 or 5 females and I threw like, I don't know, maybe 50 more in there, which they're back there hiding behind all that horn work. As you can see, most of the lights are off except for in the tanks where we're going to be moving fish and stuff like that. I have my water change system here, which I'm going to be doing water changes. I'm going to do water change on the 75 down here. I'll be doing a water change on that. And I'm going to do a water change on this, which it really doesn't need it. But in order for me to catch the fish, I'm going to have to bring the water down uh, at least halfway just to make it a little bit easier. And I mean, it's nothing like getting a fresh water change for the fish anyway. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to change the water. I'm going to move the fish, and then we'll pick the camera back up, and I'll show you guys all the fish in their new settings, and we'll see how good these guys are doing once we get them moved. So make sure you guys stick around to the end so you guys can see everything that's going on down here in the fish room. There I am in the glass. Hello. All right, guys, so I have moved all the fish into their new aquariums. This is the next day. Everybody has settled in quite nicely. I am very happy with my decision. As you guys can see, I'm smiling. Uh, but yeah, I have moved everybody into their new aquariums. For now, everything is looking real, real good. A lot of the tanks, the lights are off down here. Uh, but I will show you guys all the fish that we moved, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So let me turn this camera around and show you guys the fish in their new aquariums. All right, guys. So down here we had the Bishers in here. I moved those guys out of that 40 breeder, so it's empty. Did a little water change on it, getting it ready for some new fish that are coming in. So that's that for that tank. Up here, we just got the clown loaches in here. I put a little bit of food in there. But these guys, it seems like when there's no fish around, they're a little scarce a little bit. So I'm gonna get these guys some more tank mates, and then they'll be acting normal after I get them some tank mates. But not much to show there. But we did move. Look at those guys. Woo! We did move the rainbow fish into this aquarium here where I had the red terrors at. So I moved all the rainbow fish in here. Just gave them a simple little escape in there, nothing spectacular. I just threw a few crypts in there. This is a crypt also, this tall plant here, and then there's some, I don't know what those are called, but those are some stem plants that I'm just working with, trying to see if I can actually get those guys to grow without CO2. Because most people that have stem plants, I believe, use CO2, but it is possible to grow stem plants without CO2. So we'll see how that works out. But look at those guys looking absolutely amazing in there. Those guys over there flared up. Not sure what they on, but after one day, these guys are not even a whole day. So this is like, I don't know, maybe 12 hours after putting them in. These guys are looking real good, settled in, real nice. I was kind of skeptical about putting all the rainbow fish together because I wasn't sure if I would be able to tell the difference, but just looking at them, I can definitely tell the difference. So That was the reason why I put all these guys in this tank. I know they need a bigger tank because they like to swim, but for now, this tank is perfect for them because there's not that many. It's not overcrowded. And I also threw my plecos in here that you guys probably have seen previously, but these guys are always hiding. So there's one right there, one right here, and then there's another one down in there. But I don't know if I have a pair or if I got two males, two females. I don't know. Maybe here in the future we will find out what we got going on with those guys. So down here in the 75, I gave these guys a good water change. Um, they looking real good. I did put some of the red terrors in there, which there's a small one there, and then there's another small one back there in the back. I think there's like four, maybe it's four red terrors in here. There's another one right there. So four small red terrors. That's a little guy right there. Get up closer. But yeah, we put the Rarus and the Severums in here, and the Rarus, look at them. They just, for some reason, they just pick at the driftwood. Like I don't know why, but they love to eat driftwood. I've never seen a fish like that. Besides the bristlenose plecos, but these guys just, for some reason, they just gnaw on the driftwood. I don't know what it is about it. But they're getting it clean. I guess I don't have to put a pleco in there because these guys are taking care of the little algae problem that was on the driftwood for me. So that is one good thing about these guys. They will eat algae. They'll eat plants, whatever. They eat anything. So if you don't feed them, they'll feed themselves. But these guys are looking good. You see those guys over there going into the little holes over there because this was this was actually a sump for a saltwater tank, but I went ahead and plugged it up and turned it into a freshwater. But these guys are looking good. They even cleaning the sponge filter off over there. So I haven't fed these guys today just because I put them in yesterday, but they are looking really good. I'm really happy with the turnout. So I got no complaints there. All right, guys. So last but not least, we have the 125 over here. I did a water change on this tank also. It's looking real clean. If you guys look at the driftwood in here, you can see like all the bite marks on the driftwood. That's all from the Rarus. They just gnaw on the driftwood for some reason. I don't know. But I did take a little bit of the rock out of their old tank, the gravel, and I just scattered it through here, which it'll get mixed up even more once I gravel vac it and all that stuff. But we threw three of the bigger red terrors in here. We got that guy kind of picking on them on the Oscars, and we got these two guys over here. And we got our four Bishers over here on this side, which I usually turn the light off on this side. That's why they're over there, because they like to kind of be like in the dark a little bit. So I usually turn the light off on that side and hang out over there. If the camera will focus, you guys can see. But the Oscars are looking even better in this aquarium right here. They got way more swimming room, which they need because these guys do get big, even though hopefully they're gone before they get too big, because I don't know what I would do with 20 plus Oscars. I don't have the space for that. Or the 300, but that's still pushing it with 20 Oscars. So, but just give you guys a little rundown on that, man. This thing turned out better than I actually expected. So We got the red terriers in there. Look at that. I think that's a male right there. So soon I will be able to put him with my female, which I got my female. She's down there in the sump down there in that terracotta pot. She just hides all day until I put some food in there. But I'm going to put those guys together. She is a lot bigger than him right now. So I have tried to pair them up several times, but she is just not going for it at this point. He is too small. He's too small to even defend himself. So once he puts some size on, which he will put size on in this aquarium, then we will be able to pair those guys up and get those guys breeding. But this tank is just turned out to be better than I ever expected. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today. I got nothing else for you guys today. I do have to do a little maintenance down here on some other aquariums. And then in the next video, I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll be doing something. So I'm back at it. I'm trying to get you guys some content out. I know a lot of people have been hitting me up asking for videos, but I just simply don't get the views that I think I deserve. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, it's a lot of YouTubers out here just putting out anything and they get a lot of views. Then you got people like me put out good quality content and I just don't get the views. So, but I guess I got to put forth the work ethic and then later on down the line, it'll pay off. So, with that being said, guys, remember, always feed the fish. Holla.